in a cocoon when you trapped in a matrix. Made in his image, comprehension of statement. I'm blatant. Fools need to start rejecting Satan. Devils won't earth freely with big business. Females move off deception of inches. Derelict crab mental with Mark Jacobs. The wise shall inherit the earth for new birth. The interest of life is the interest of work. Mistreat the caterpillar, but love the butterfly. Everything has an ugly phase, even you and I. Johnny Turbulence, King Johnny Appleseed. Q24 Bushwick, the South Queens. Pomegranate seed crushed in the apple tea. Intracellular techniques I keep clean. Cashews distill water, eat beets. Purple potatoes, pink salt, zucchini. Watercress, arugula, batano beans. Gillis Casanova ruled the beast from the east. Goes anywhere, word is Barney's my streets. Can go anywhere, the world created for me. Better check what the Father said unto thee. Second Ezra 6, check the 50s. Old sneakers caught in the rain, stink feet. Yeah! Chaotic change brings chaotic phase. Never be afraid to be alone in any place. Could go 3 years, Alaska, favorite place. It's a mental challenge. King Daniel Savage, don't wrestle with lions. Just build with them. Eager, laugh hard, review base statements. The enemy will never love us. Too much greatness. Moorish revival. Morinos built the Eiffel. White people always stealing shit, even the Bible. Repent daily, going crazy like Charles Haley. Ching Tom, Sakari, King Kong, Kingdom. Yasharala live long. Levi with a tie with knee highs. Wise guys eat lunch with 5 guys. French fries, sprinkle salt, the iodine. Goddamn fact, New Yorkers feel the pride. Chilling, chilling, ching, ching. Maccabees on the rise. My backpack raps attract those back of the class. Boom back, big subwoofers and hatchbacks. Honda Civics, sported kids 12 inches. 90 stick shifted, aerodynamics. Sex reservation for the marriage, yes. The nastiness can bring flesh to happiness. Sweat glands, yes, relax the woolly head. Extravagant sweat straightens the nappy hair. V-necks get stretched like crazy fan. The crazy man, tablespoon, the Haitian jam. Unleavened bread, spit it out the Haitian jam. The Haitian man, that's Levi, Nick Haitian. Executive center of the brain. Playing games, never fear change. You know what I'm saying? Look.
Yeah.
Want a bright smile without giving up coffee? Snow is about to be your best.
Screen. All right. Khan, what's going on? Shalom, family. Barak Ben Yahawada. Ben Yasharala. Here back with another one. I had no title, man. I just called it Friday Night Shabbat. You know I've been cold with the titles, man, but I had no title for this one. Got my camera back too, so that's good. All praises. How is everyone doing? Jamie Fan, what's going on, sister? I haven't seen you before, man. Shalom. Can we get the regulars? Wonder what's going on? Let's get on the chat. Jamie Fan. Shalom, family. Shalom. Obviously, y'all can hear. We got some eyes on. Yeah, man, you already know, man, this kingdom's crazy. Always crazy. I had some videos, but I can't find them, so I'll just paraphrase. Y'all might be able to look them up. I know probably Wanda probably knows what I'm talking about. Should be pulling up the videos, some YouTube shorts. Craziness. It's they so-called Pride Month, and pride cometh before destruction. So you already know how that goes. But the pressure on coals make diamonds, and we in the land of our captivity. We should know that by now. So, the Most High got a master plan for us, So I'll be going into some of that. Tonight. But, we just got to stay focused. If we fall, we got to get up. If we get tempted, we got to resist. Keep your loved ones, keep your family intact. I pray for good health for everybody in our family and all the tribes and the non-believers and everybody, man, because without health, we have nothing. So I pray that the Most High keeps on waking y'all up. And I pray that I keep on waking up too, man, and give y'all some good Friday night classes, man, because that's what it's all about. Yeah, and with that, let's get. I'm going out of the book tonight. I'll stop doing the screen share. So y'all grab your King James. I won't be in the Apocrypha. We just going to do King James, KJV. If y'all got different ones, that's cool. It might say it a little bit better, but just try to follow along. If anybody wants to scribe, I'll try to go as slow as I can. SDG, what's going on, sister? Shalom, man. Most I bless y'all, man, for keeping up with me. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, Genesis. I'm right there on my flipping. So let's get Genesis 15 and 13. What's going on? Oh yeah, hey, what's going on, brother? I had seen you before. Man. All praises. Shalom, my brothers, Israelites. All praise to the Most High and Yahweh Shai. Happy Sabbath, man. And Thawada for bringing it in with us, man, because this is a nice, powerful day. It sets the tone for the Saturday Shabbat, the big Shabbat, little Shabbat, big Shabbat. That's what I say. Father, that's new name, don't know how to change. Yeah, God. Okay. Oh, you don't know how to change it? You gotta go into like the YouTube settings and like you gotta have like a channel. You gotta set it up like that, and then you go in and then you basically change it. It's kind of difficult, but I could send a document. But I don't want to exchange personal information on here. But yeah, maybe we could link up on Facebook. Add me on Facebook. Jamie, okay, Elder Ra, Shabbat Shalom, Elder. What's going on? All right, I was comforting an elder. Oh yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to be there for our friends and our family. You know, I was just trying to give light to some of the things that I do. You know, some of the things that I do being here, you know, some people like it, some people don't. Some family members look at you sideways, and then some in secret are saying, keep on doing what you're doing. So, you know, but that's how it is when you come into the truth, you know. It's gonna split. It's gonna have tensions. That's what Yahweh Shai came here to do, man, to sift the wheat from the tares. So that's what it's all about. And if someone can help her too with changing her YouTube name, Jamie, go ahead, man, because that name represents the new you. That I'll go into that too later on in the program. But that goes on to you know, that's your new identity. That's the one that's supposed to be, you know, repenting. That's the one that's supposed to be blotted out, sinless, clean, as clean as you can get it. That's going to be you. You know, that's the new you. That's the better you. That's the higher you. You know, you don't succumb to the things of this world. You're not going to pride parades. You know what I'm saying? You're not. You know. Oh, before I get too deep, I'll bring some of that out. You sure the easy way? Yeah, because I'll be saying things the hard way when it comes to technology. But let's get Genesis 15 and 13. If I type it in, it's gonna flood the chat with like 3 at a time. So Genesis 15 and 13. And then I'll get the same thing in Deuteronomy too. Is, you know, this Bible is very repetitive. But I wonder why I kind of need you, sister. All right, Kanya. So this is Genesis 15 and 13. This is the Most High talking to Abraham. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that's not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve, I will judge. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Let's talk about substance. Great substance. That's what I was trying to say. Everything that we're going through here, is it in vain? We have to perfect the arts of, coming together Friday night, teaching on the Shabbat in any way, shape, or form that we can get out there to the people. We know that life gets in the way, the plantation gets in the way, but we got to do things with the best of our ability. We're rehearsing and practicing the righteous acts, So when we get up out of here, we're going to be fit. We're going to be fit for the kingdom, Right now, we're just training. We got the training wheels on right now. That's why we have grace. That's why when you really look at the big picture of things, it's all very much a part of the plan. I was reading something too, and even some of the biologists and scientists are baffled by the genius of the Most High. There's a couple of levels. There's a material level, there's the atomic level, and there's a subatomic level. Meaning, when you look into these molecules and these atoms, when you look into one, there's a whole nother world of atoms. When you focus on another one, it's a whole another different world. It's very methodical and it's very complex, but it all makes sense. So what he's got us in right now in this kingdom, man, even though it's crazy, we're going through hell, it's all going to make sense in the long run, and we're going to be better for it. This is what I'm really trying to say. So let's get Deuteronomy real quick. Oh, hold on. See, now I'm going in the book now, so I'm going to stop because I got precepts. So let's get this is a little bit ahead of schedule, but let's get this too, because this is what we were going through in Egypt, but now we're in Egypt again. So let's get this. This is the first chapter of Exodus. The first chapter of Exodus. So let's start at the 7th verse. A little story time. Exodus chapter 1, verse 7. And the children of Israel were fruitful and increased abundantly and multiplied and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. Right? So let's just stop right there. So just like how we were fruitful, well, we always struggled here. You could pick a decade. We can go all the way back to the 1800s, early 1900s. There wasn't mass incarceration yet. They didn't pollute us with drugs in our neighborhood. And we weren't so bat crazy that we're just shooting and killing each other like we're doing right now, or aborting our children, But that's that crafty counsel, right? That's in Psalms 83. That's that Planned Parenthood for you. These nations know who we are, and they're afraid of us. One, they're afraid of karma because it hasn't come yet. Two, they're afraid of us in numbers, man. Strength is in numbers. The more people that we get in this truth, the more these prophecies are going to wind up like a baseball pitch. And then when the Most High sends Yahushua, his son back to throw a strike, it's going to be game over, So they don't want that to happen. They want us in turmoil, in fear, in confusion, in lust, in sodomy, and all of the above that prevents us from taking the kingdom of heaven. So that's why it's important when they set over their politicians, these police officers, leaders of the community, to afflict them with burdens, with policies, right? We got to resist, man. We got to stay strong. So let's go on to verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. Don't we always, we're still here standing. It's a testament that everybody here is still alive after the slavery, the sharecropping, the black codes, Reconstruction era, the 1930s massacres where they put our towns under lakes, the terrorism of the KKK, right? The housing segregation, the race riots, the murder, the violence, all of it. When we're still here, we are still here, man. The more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. They can't stop this thing because the Most High is going to be right, right? And they were grieved because of the children of Israel. They were so mad. They're still mad. They're still mad. That's why they be holding those meetings overseas in Switzerland. They're trying to figure out what to do with us, right? The Egyptians made the children of Israel serve with rigor. Rigor meaning hard, relentless. We got to work check to check, a lot of us. We got to work check to check. It's not enough. You know, we get fired, we get hired, we get hired, we get fired. Setback after setback. Bills. We have to serve with rigor, right? And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage, in mortar and in brick, and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor. So that's what this kingdom is doing to us right now. So we heard about the 400 years prophecy early in Genesis. We heard what we were doing in Egypt because we are those same people. So let's get it in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy. Yes. Soon it's going to come to an end. We just got to endure, just like the sister said. So I always say, endure no matter what. That's what's right. Endure like a good soldier of Hamashiach Yahushua, man. What's going on here? We all are going to have to deal with AI. Yeah, that's going to be a trip. As they are taking jobs, we will be communicating with computers. Yeah, pretty much. They already got that chat GTP or something like that. I don't know if I got that right. But yeah, they got that little chat GTP. Little brothers and sisters, that's worse than a calculator. Remember when you had the calculator and your teacher was like, don't keep on using that. You ain't going to be able to do a simple addition and multiplication if you keep using and depending that calculator. Use your mind. Man, you could type in a whole question on your homework and that thing is going to spit it out. Yeah, I think they're holding conferences about that too, about how it's going to be dangerous. But I mean, these other nations are dangerous. I mean, they don't know when to stop. You know, they destroy this world. They got the nukes. You know, it's only a matter of time before they press that button. But let's see what's going on there. Yo, Shalom. Happy Sabbath, family. Never give up, never give in. I know that's right. What'd you say? A girl said she passed her medical exam with it. Yeah. I was just telling my sister about that because they were cheating in her class, and I just told her to face the east. This is what I was talking about in the chat. I told her to face the east and start praying. You know, and then after she did that, that's why she was coming up to me a couple of days ago when she was hug me, you know, and say, "Yo, what I'm doing is right. I'm never gonna stop doing that." So there's power in this. There's power in what we do. There's power in doing things the right way by the book, right? Which the church kind of fails us with. You know, they don't tell us how to pray. They don't tell us what to eat. They don't show us what's clean and unclean. And I'll bring that bring that out all tonight. So Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Again, it's going to say that to you again. Deuteronomy 28 and 68, and it reads, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And thou shalt be sold on to your enemies," not your friends, your enemies, "for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you. No man shall purchase you. Ghana's not coming back. Liberia is not coming back. And definitely not anybody from Sierra Leone. They ain't coming back." Okay. And they haven't been back. They invited us to come, but even when you're there, they treat you somewhat, I don't really trust the people over there. I heard mixed stories. Some people are cool, some people ain't. Some people's Israel over there, some people ain't, Yeah, they got to pay them tithes. They got to pay them tithes, I know. But that's why when Christ was here, he flipped them tithes. I'll get to that too. I'm going to get to everything that's coming out right now. I'll get to that. So, there are enemies. Let's expound on that. What did Moses tell us? What did he tell us? Let's see here. Leviticus 26 and 17. This is what Moses said. So, let's get 26 and 13 for context. "I am the Lord your God," Yahweh in the Hebrew, your power. That's what God means. It means power. There could be many gods, but God is the Most High. He's the God of gods, right? He is the hidden power of Israel. That's right. So, "I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their bondmen. And I have broken the bands of your yoke, and I've made you go upright." Right? So let's skip down. But it said, but if you will not hearken or listen to me and will not do all these commandments, this is what's going to happen. Verse 17, Deuteronomy 26 and 17. "I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. And they that hate you shall reign over you." They that hate you shall reign over you. Democrats and Republicans are going to reign over you. Okay? The so-called white man is going to reign over you. These immigrants that's coming in yesterday is going to reign over you. "And ye shall flee, and none shall pursue you." So that's what's going on right now. I mean, here in Chicago, Brandon Johnson is our mayor. He's a Jake. So it was cool for you to vote for him. It's cool to vote for your own people, but we already know that our people, they're compromised, in the politics. They're compromised. They're doing whatever the party wants first, and the party wants white supremacy. So, basically they're playing whiteface in a black body. So it's pointless to even vote for your own people at this point, because the name of the game is greed, and Brandon Johnson has just showed his ass. Salak for the cuss, but he really did. I mean, $51 million in our tax money is going to people that just got here, but we can't give 51 million so these young kids can't do a team takeover in the building, and get some of that energy that they want to get out. We don't have 51 million for the children that oppress us here in this city, that need to see somebody look out for them, but we could take that and give that to people that's just got here that don't even like America, right? So, you know, the only thing to say is that y'all hate us. Y'all don't want to do nothing for us. And it's right there. And here at least, they're up at city council, they're mad, they're angry, and they should be. But it's just a wake-up call, man. The Most High is just trying to wake everybody up. What'd you say? Puppets, yeah, they're puppets. They puppets. I used to want to be in politics, man, but that's nothing but greed. You gotta be an arrogant, self-absorbed person to do that anyway, and that's not what this is about. Just plain Oreo. Yes. Do nothing for their own. And that's what the Most High is just trying to show you too, as well. Most High is trying to show everybody that, my son is the only way. These laws, statutes, and commandments is the only way. Having faith in the next world to come is the only way, because this world's done. Nothing can stand up to get against these institutions that's filled with corruption and wickedness. It's really what it's about. It's really what it's about. It's sad, but it's true. Right? And it's the same as in the times of Noah. That's what I'm going to get out next. Let's get Matthew's. What is it? Matthew 24:37. Should turn on the light. It's getting a little dark in there. Matthew's 24:37. Yeah, man, because just like in the days of Noah, man, everybody was having a good old time before it started to rain. Was having a good old time before it started to rain. $24.37. Okay. Yeah, so this is Matthew's 24:37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man. For as in the days were there before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took all them away. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. So we're not going to know. The scriptures say he's going to be a thief in the night, so that's why we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared so we can come out of here with great substance. So we got to be prepared. We got to be vigilant. We got to be, spiritually bulletproof. All right. We got to learn how to defeat our flesh, overcome in the spirit, overcome through faith. We got to be a light onto our people, and we just got to, resist at all costs, And it's funny how they profane. What do they do, man? They turned that rainbow into something so wicked and corrupt. They turn it into something so wicked and corrupt, man. What does the Bible say about gay sex? What does it say? We have people in the Christian church that are just going, our people, crazy over this whole thing. And it's that month now, so I got to bring out a little bit of something. Let's get Leviticus. This is the law. This is what we talk about when we do the laws, statutes, and the commandments. They're in the Old Testament. They're in the New Testament. We'll bring that out too later on tonight. Just a little bit of it. So this is Leviticus 20:13. If man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, and they shall surely be put to death, and their blood shall be upon them. So it says that homosexuality is a punishable offense by death. I didn't say that. The Bible said that. Okay? I didn't say it. The Bible did. If you've got an issue with it, you have to take it up with the Most High. In the scriptures it says to hate all evil. That is evil. I do not like that. And we know where that spirit comes from in ancient Greece. And they weren't just having sex with men. They were having sex with little children. And lo and behold, what are they doing? They're trying to corrupt the children, because that P is the end of that alphabet crew that you know and love. And some of y'all out there, that's riding with them. Okay. What about if someone wants to take your little boy or your little girl and have sexually advance them? That's bogus. That's wrong. That's weird. But that's the last letter of that alphabet. And I hope that the Most High does come back before any of that comes on this earth. But we never know. We never know. Let's expound on that. I heard, I'm not going to play it, but there was this city girl from the City Girls, right? She was on like a podcast because, she don't make music. But she was on a podcast and she said that she was a whore. And not only that, she said that with a capital W. But then what else? Well, then she said that I don't want my daughter to be like that. Yes, yeah. Now she says that she does say things that's out of line. But at the same time, the girl ain't got no music out. So I can only believe what you say. And the words that come out of our mouth condemns us. We have to answer for every idle word that comes out of our mouth, every text, every Facebook post. So we have to be very careful with what we say. And she said it with every essence of her being. And I replayed it like 5 times. I'm like, wait. Is she really lying? Like, what did she just say? And then she goes on and she says, well, I don't want my daughter to be like that. All right. You and Megan got these girls talking about hot girl summer all across the world as an excuse to fornicate, which is a no. But then you want to say that you want your daughter to be like a nun. Come on, man. Let's get this. Ezekiel 16 and 44, because what she does not know is that your children learn from you. And everything that she says is being recorded in heaven and literally on earth, just as this live is being recorded. So your daughter is going to see this. It's going to be a matter of time, but people is going to, that's why I'll be feeling bad for these folks, man, because everything that they say and they do is going to be recorded. If your son or your daughter is on that phone and they're just getting it on the phone, and you're one of those people that put all of your business out on the phone, they're definitely going to find it. So she said that she doesn't want her daughter to live that type of lifestyle. But I have bad news for you. Now, I don't want this to happen. I wish, I don't. Hopefully, she gets 13, 14, know that her mom is a damn devil, and she gets up out of there and moves out of Hollywood and stays somewhere with her aunties in Florida or something like that. Because that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. There's something else that shocked me too, but let's get this. So this is Ezekiel 16 and 44. Behold, everyone that uses proverb shall use this proverb against thee, saying, as is the mother, so is the daughter. So, yeah, she says a lot of things. and she doesn't have a lot of content as far as music. So at this point, she's going to be like Janelle Monáe at this point, because the girl can't act, so she's going to have to put out. And that's why she boldly said that, because that's the only way she's staying in that Hollywood, is that you got to put out. You know, you could stay around. If you notice, people that don't do no movies, that don't do no acting, no singing, no dancing, they're just around off of one hit, one movie. They own. They own. They're getting passed around. And that's what she's probably choosing to do with the bisexual P. Diddy. And that's pretty much how that's going to go. You know, we can also get, real quick, we can get, you know, in the New Testament, because, you know, Christian, brother, that's in the Old Testament. Brother, we don't do the Old Testament. No. Do the New. Okay, so what does the New Testament say? What does the New Testament say about all of this monstrosity that we got going on right now? Man, I really want to play that other video though too, but honestly, I'm not even trying to do that. I'm no good to you, mad. So let's see here. Let's see. Reflection. Select. I'm just trying to find it. Computers. That's PDF here. It's like it's talking about fornication. It's not giving me what I want though. It's all right. I got you. Let's go to Isaiah 13:1. Let's just get this out of 2 Timothy chapter 3. And let's get this though. This known also in the last Romans 1:26. You want me to get that? Yeah, it's there. I just slipped my mind. I was trying to go in the spirit. Let's see. 1:26. Romans 1:26. Yeah, man, it's just a crazy world, man. People do what they want to do, act the way they want to act, and there's going to be repercussions for that, you know? So we just can't be persuaded to go along with the get along. Con. And this goes along with the sexual immorality, right? And this is still in the New Testament too, so it's the water. This is Romans 1:26. Oh, let's go 1:20. Let's go 1:24. Let's read up. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanliness through the lusts of their own hearts, like man on man, woman on woman, through the lust of their own hearts, the lust of their own minds, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, like changing that rainbow into a symbol of homosexuality, and worshipped and served the creature more than the creator. These people, they worship a woman like Beyonce. You know, you're not a no, but these people worship other people. Okay, it's it's really weird to me. I never got down like that, but we worship the creature more than the creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them up onto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another. Men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves in the recompense of their error which was met. Right? So, we don't want to, in the verse 28, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind. Oh, yeah. So this is where it is. So being filled with all righteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. I mean, it goes on and on and on in the New Testament. And these are the things that we do. Who is teaching us? Are the pastors teaching us? Do they go into this verse? Right? Fornication is in this verse. And the way it's saying it is a no-no. Okay? It says it wherever you want it, it says it. Okay? The water for the precept too. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, man. So keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Let's get because we're just trying to get right. There's only a remnant of us, right? Two-thirds is going to be done away with, man. So we're trying to make it in that number of the 1/3. So we had enough of this. We went through enough as a people. I don't want to burn here. Neither do you. We don't want to burn here. We want to learn here. We don't want to burn here. We want to learn. All right. So that's what we're doing, man. We're growing, we learning, we building, we gathering together, O nation, not desire, and we looking for a better way. And this is the way. All right. Isaiah 13 and 11. Isaiah 13 and 11. Trying to pace myself, so in case y'all want to follow along, y'all can. Isaiah 13 and 11. And it reads, I will punish the world for their evil. For their what? For their evil. Right? And it just said that man on man, woman on woman is evil. It's an abomination. You could be put to death for it. Right? Now we have grace. You could repent out of that lifestyle. So, will they? I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. And I will punish the world that everybody wants to save, the world. Yeah, he's going to punish it with evil. For their evil. And the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And will lay low the haughtiness, right? Like the boastfulness, right? It's usually associated with women, right? It's almost like, you're kind of you're stuck up, how women are, when they get a bag, driving a little white Mercedes. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I will cause all of that to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So, and then what else did he say? I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man in the golden wedge of a fear. That's what we really trying to get like, and that's why we're here. Like Genesis 15 and 13 says, like Exodus 28 and 68 say, that's not only is it, pressure is going to make us like coals. Pressure on coals is going to make diamonds, but it's not going to be diamonds. We're going to be like gold over here. We're going to be like gold in these streets, And if you know anything about gold, it catches the eye. So there's going to be people that's going to be watching us, so it's going to be all eyes on us. He's going to finally make it be a cool thing to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So That's what we want. We want to be more precious than fine gold. That's why we're going through all the things that we're going through. So we just got to endure, like the sisters say, and it is what it is. Yeah, let's get that too. The Genesis. I passed over it, but let's get that. Let's get that too. That's good. Because we're in the rainbow month that they desecrated. So it's only right. It's only right. Yeah, because Noah, he was the only righteous, him and eight people made it. Not that many. That's scary. As we know now, because of technology, a lot of people get that misconstrued, but after the flood, when everybody separated, when the Most High made them separated because they followed Nimrod, which was a Nimrod for trying to build that Tower of Babel, or that tower, and that's why the Most High, because he gave them a commandment to spread out, but they didn't want to. So he made them all have a different language overnight, and they spread out, But they all came away with their different interpretation of the flood, and that's where people go haywire because they think that it's something different than Noah, But when they were all on the boat, everybody heard that same story. But they just interpreted and passed it down to everybody else, and now it seems like, it's not a biblical thing that happened. It's just something that just happened in Israel and the Israelites. That's just something else, but it's not. It all came from Noah. But anyway, 9 and 12. Wait, yeah, I can't see. 9 and 13. Sorry, 9 and 13. So let's go. Yeah, let's go 9 and 12. Let's go. Let's go 9 and 11. Genesis 9 and 11. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off anymore by the waters of a flood. So neither shall all flesh be cut off anymore by the waters of a flood. Neither shall any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And the Most High said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow, the Most High's bow, that these other nations corrupted. He sets his bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. He wasn't going to flood it again with water. But what's he going to do this time? Hold on. Let's get Isaiah real quick. What's he going to do this time? Because, there's a couple ways to cleanse things. You can cleanse things with fire. You can cleanse it with fire. Isaiah 66. Real quick. Very quick. Isaiah 66. What we got going on? This is what another thing too, just real quick, this is what the church fails to understand too as well. What the first verse is Isaiah 66, right? Thus saith the Most High, that heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build unto me? Where is the place of my rest? For all things that of mine, for all those things hath my hands made, and all those things have been, said the Most High, right? So it's kind of not the scripture I was looking for, but at the same time, the church is in us. There's no thing that that we could build. There's no church that we could build that that he's not going to already dwell in, because he dwells in us. Let's get Isaiah 66, 16. 15. Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Most High will come with fire. Did you all get that? The Most High will come with fire. Not water, but he's going to come with fire. And his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury. Right? Because what did he say in Isaiah 13? He said he's going to punish the world for their wickedness. But this time he's going to do it with fire. Last time in the days of Noah, he did it with water. Right? So for behold, the Most High will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke and his correction with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, even the Christian, even them, them holier than thou. He gonna plead with everybody, Pastor Pork Chop and them too. He gonna plead with all the nations. And the slain of the Lord, the slain of the Most High, shall be many. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the garden behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together. Right? So there you have it. He did it by water. He's going to do it by fire. It's like on the other verse in the first chapter. I thought I had some. But it is in Ezekiel. That's what I would want. Let's see here. Let's get Romans. Let's go to Romans, because we're going to talk about the law now. So we don't want to be like that, though. We don't want to be like that. We don't want to burn. We've been metaphysically burning for a long time now, man. All these things kind of burn it inside, as far as what we do to each other, how we treat each other, how the enemy deals with us, how we succumb to different things. But that's what I wanted to say, though, too. There was a woman that actually had her baby in a rainbow. I don't know how you say that, but she had her baby dressed up in like a rainbow, and she wanted her baby. She said, "Please be gay, please be gay," and the child actually spit up in her face. Because she kept on saying it. She repeated it, and her man was there too. And I was like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with us? I keep on telling y'all that it wasn't cool back in the day. That when white women used to kiss at the parties that I used to go to, all the black girls would leave and say, "No, I'm out." Now you got black women, so-called black women out here carrying their newborn babies, talk about, "I want you to be gay. Please be gay. Please be gay." It's like they don't want no type of masculinity at all around them. It's like, dang, Satan's just letting you just control everything in this kingdom. And now you trying to control your child's sexuality, And I just, man, I hope that little baby gets out. I know, I wish I had it to show you. I don't want to poke around, though. Oh, did you see that one? Yeah, that, because she's carrying the baby, and then she kind of spits up in her face a little bit, and she was just telling him to be gay, be gay, be gay. And I was like, what is going on? You don't see the brothers doing that. Like, man, these sisters been drunk the wine of fornication, boy. I'm telling you, man, it's too much sometimes. It is too much. Y'all doing too much. That's what we like to say, right, in Chicago. Doing way too much. So let's get see what we got in Romans real quick. Acts 17 to 24. I can get Acts 17 to 24 too. Baby. Yeah, unfortunately, man, we're just trying to be in that number, though. We're trying to be in that number, man, no matter what. Slovakia. Don't want to use the computer anymore. Could have got it by now. We're going right from the buttons. Okay, Romans 3:13. Yeah, man, what a crazy world we live in, man. But it's that month, y'all. It's that month, so it's just the beginning. We got 3 more weeks to go about this thing. Let's see where to start here. Skip. Skip. 3:23. Let's get 3. Let's get 3 and 23, right? This is what we got to remember. This is Romans 3 and 23, and then I'll get your Acts 17. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. So that's what we got to remember, man. We starting out bad, because of our forefathers. So the only way, when you're down at the bottom, the only way is to look up. So we got an upward climb to go, That's why the scriptures say to endure. And this is wrong. I mean, this is Paul saying that. This is the brother Paul saying that. Because the brother Paul struggled with sin too as well. He was doing things that he wasn't supposed to do when he knew the things that he was supposed to do. And Paul could raise the dead. Paul could heal people. And he's over here struggling with his flesh. So, of course, it's, for him to even say that, for him to be struggling with sin like that, it's something else that's very humbling, because even the greatest of us have done this. Even the greatest of us. Let's see if I can get that. And the law, I mean, as far as Paul concerned, people like to confuse Paul, but it definitely says 7 and 12. Therefore, the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, and it's just, and it's good. And it's here in the New Testament, man. So, we got to stop saying that, Paul is, not for the law. He is for the law. He's just very confusing, like Peter says. So you have to really study him. But let's go to 15. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that I do not. But what I hate, that do I. So in layman's terms, he's saying like I do what I shouldn't, right? And what I shouldn't do, I do, right? And what I do know to do, I'm not doing it, right? And then he says it again too. So, but you get the point. You get the point. That old English is kind of tricky. That old King James English is kind of tricky. Let's get Acts 17. I DM the illustration of the twins in the room with the rainbow. Okay, con. I'll get that. My hands are kind of tied though. First time watching. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, Shariah, Israel. How you doing, sister? How you doing? Shalom. The water for tuning in. Let's get what the sister wanted. Acts 17. And what did you say? 24? Yeah, con. The water for that. So this is what I was trying to get at. This is Acts 17 and 24. The Most High made the world and all things therein, seeing he is the Most High of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made of hands. I'll get to that a little bit later. Actually, let's try to get it. Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, man, he's not in the church like that. He's not in the church like that. I know the people in the church mean well. The people in the church mean well, but the pastors though is another thing. They're full of greed and corruption. They make you pay tithes. They don't break down the scriptures like that. They're not telling you not to eat pork. They're not telling you about the prophecies that are to come. They're not telling you that homosexuality is a sin. They're telling you that the law is done away with. They're telling you just about anything. They're inviting in Democrats and politicians to come spew their nonsense so they can get a check from them, knowing that they worship the devil and the Baphomet and all that type of stuff. So, it's full of hypocrisy. I seen something where it felt like they were staging like a play. It feels like they're just doing too much in there. They're just acting a fool up in there. It's nonsense. I can't say enough bad things. It's not everybody, but it's enough to say that it's everybody. It's pretty crazy out there. Let's see here. Let's get. So on that, we gotta remember that it's gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle, but we just gotta keep on pressing through. As you can tell, we're in that month where all this wickedness is going on. Let's get it. Hold on, let's see this. Let's get this. Hold on. This is why we in the book. Hold on. Let's see. Let's get Psalms 9 and 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget the Most High. So another word for hell is confusion. So we got non-binary men don't know, biological men are racing against women and it's okay. You got women thinking that they're men and they're standing by it on these talk shows. It's just we're all confused a little bit too much here. But it does say in Psalms 9 and 17 that the wicked shall turn into this hell, into this confusion, and all nations that forget the Most High. And this nation has forgotten the Most High. They are straight up not hiding it no more who they worship. It's going to be in your award shows. It's going to be in pretty much everything that has to do with the media and these celebrities that kind of push it out to the masses, right? So all these nations have forgotten them. And what does Psalms 11 and 5 say? The Most High, he tries the righteous. That's why you're getting tried. That's why I'm getting tried. That's why I'm getting tempted. That's why you're getting tempted, right? Just like, Matthew and Peter was getting tempted, right? But he's going to try us to see if we're true. But the wicked and him that loveth violence, like these young brothers out here that's shooting and killing each other, the women that are setting people up. Did y'all see that thing? Did y'all see that with dang, what's that brother's name? I forgot that brother's name. Hold on. Let me look him up. 1 second. It's that football player, the ex-football player. Hold on. It's like Trey something. Hold on. Travis Rudolph. There we go. There we go. Travis Rudolph. So he's not guilty of murder, right? So the story is that this woman, it's not funny, but this woman was trying to get in a, how do you say? She was already legally married, but you know how that is, a situationship. She found herself in another situationship with the brother Travis, who used to play for the Giants too, and she got into an argument with him because he didn't want to commit. So she got all of her people over there, her cousins or whatever, or her friends, and she wanted them to go shoot up his crib with his brother in there. So yeah, entanglement, however you want to say, but she got some men to try to go kill this brother. Now you know how that is when you anger somebody, especially a woman. It's going to be bad. They're going to say things they might not mean. But some of our women, man, they will get brothers to go kill other brothers because they're upset, and it's wicked. It's wicked, you know. And and the scriptures say that him that loveth violence, the Most High hates his soul. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and a horrible tempest, and this shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Lord loves righteousness, right? So he loves righteousness, but he hates that violence. So, but the brother was facing 4 counts of life because he defended himself, and he shot at unfortunately, somebody died. And a couple got injured, but he was defending himself. They were rushing in his home or whatnot. And, before he was extinguished, he felt like he had to let loose. And unfortunately, a brother lost his life over that woman, though. So the story is going to continue. I don't know if they're going to press charges or whatnot, but, that's the thing. Our people just resort to violence. Even our women, they will resort to violence just like the men do. And, as we read in the scriptures, if you have a violent soul, the Most High is not dealing with that. He's not dealing with that, man. Sorry, I got a little bit off track. I just wanted to bring that out, though. Let's get Isaiah. Oh yeah, dumb dogs. We can get that too. Mother with the Eye Guy got some good precepts. Let's get Oh yeah, Isaiah 66, 64. Yeah, but that was wild. I had seen that. It was all over the news a couple nights ago. So I just thought that I would share that. Usually a lot of things that I see during the course of the week, I end up bringing out. I don't want to, but then it just ends up coming out. So the little mother with the baby talking about she wanted him to be gay, and then Travis Rudolph escaping for lifetime sentences. So hopefully that brother can get back on track. And that's what it's all about, man. Life has its ups and downs, right? And this is the humbling thing that we always got to remember. We shouldn't be holier than thou. Just because you go to church on Sunday don't mean you got to look down on everybody, and all of that. So, Isaiah 64:6 says, we are all as an unclean thing, and all of our righteousness as our filthy rags. And we all do fade as a leaf. Life ain't nothing but a vapor, right? In Ecclesiastes. And our iniquities, our guilt, like the wind, have taken us away, right? So we're all unrighteous. We're all filthy as rags. We're all unrighteous. We're all filthy as rags. That's just it. That just is what it is, and that's a humbling thing, Let's get some going with that. before I get that, we could do since I'm in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get Isaiah in the first one. All right. We got some new people in, so let's do Isaiah because everybody knows who they are. Everybody knows their genealogy. Everybody knows what they're come from. If you're just tuning in, I went through Genesis 15 and 13. Abraham was advised by the Lord that there was going to be the remnant of his seed that's going to suffer through 400 years of prophecy. But at the end of it all, they were going to have they're going to come out as a great substance, with great substance, right? So everything that we're going through isn't in vain, right? We were sold on to nations that hate us. Everybody's over us, right? Hold on one second. Okay. Had the power off. I was going to cut out on y'all. But, okay, cool. Yeah, so everybody's over us, right? All the nations hate us. You just seen the immigrants get 51 million in Chicago. Our children, our families don't have anything. That is what it is, right? So there's no one left to vote for, man. We voted, we marched, we screamed, we've yelled, we Black Panthered it up, we Nation Islam'd it up, we Malcolm X'd it up, we Martin Luther King'd it up, we sanged it up. The only thing left to do is to practice it up and repent it up, and pray for the coming of man to come back to redeem us, man, and to show these nations who and what it is, man, and we are those people. We are those people. Let's get real quick. Real quick here. So now y'all got me just going off the top. Let's get yeah, that's cool. So this is Deuteronomy 7:6, one of my favorites, right? For thou art a holy people on to Yahweh your power, the Most High, the Lord thy God. And the Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people upon the face of the earth, man. And that's why we're going through these things, because we're special, and we disobeyed. We didn't listen. We were rebellious. Our forefathers were. And we have to pay for that. Just like the richest of them, the wealthiest of them, had to pay it back in slavery. They got to go back and change. It's not something, that, you gloat about and brag about, but, it's just a humbling thing that the Most High gets even. And he's got us, but it's in due time, when we truly deserve it. When enough of us come back home to this truth, that's when things are going to start back in motion. That's when these curses is going to get applied on them heavy. He is returning some of the evil back on to these nations. They filled our communities with crack. Their sons get hooked on opium and opioids and heroin. It goes hand in hand, right? They want an all-white community in Oregon. They want to kick us out there. Back in the day, now Oregon is a hellhole, right? Seattle is a hellhole. So it just kind of just works out that way. So the Most High slowly but surely is putting it on them and sticking it to them. We just have to make sure that, our number is counted in these last days. John 15. Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, man. And another thing too, John 7:24. This is what the Christian church doesn't understand. If I see your son or your daughter and she's out of order in public, if your son or your daughter is out playing on the street, of course I'm going to correct them if they're going to get into danger. That's me judging. I have to judge the situation. And it's a righteous judgment if I say, hey, don't play with that on the street, go in the grass. Because if that ball rolls out on the middle of the street, you might get hit by a car. Nowadays, we just mind our business. And the little children that's playing do let that ball roll out on the street and do get hit by a car, but we have to stop all that. We have to, be ambassadors of Yahushua, of Christ, right? And we have to be a light onto our community. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say judge righteous judgments like John 7:24. I see that a lot about not judging. Don't judge. You can't judge. Yes, we can judge. We're going to judge the angels. We're going to judge all these nations. Of course, we should judge our people. Our people are out of order. That's why they act the way they do. Because we stop critiquing and criticizing and shaming. Bring shame back, right? Bring that back. Bring that whole thing back. You can't go in Japan in that culture and do some bogus stuff. They'll bring shame on you. There's nothing like there's nothing worse than having a bad name. But we forgot about that. And you know what? We don't even have names. Our last names are slave names. But we're not going to get into that. Let's get 7:24. John, judge not according to the appearance, obviously, but judge righteous judgments. Judge righteous judgments, man. So we got to tell our people that they're going off. Some of us, Christ did it. So we have to step up to the plate because Christ ain't here right now. So we can't let wickedness just run amok. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going on for too long. Here in Chicago, it's just wild. But there's people stepping up to the plate. I know that there's brothers stepping up to the plate in Detroit. They got a whole bunch of men out there that's organized, that go out into the streets and do their thing. I forgot their name, but they're trying to stop the violence and the crime. I mean, brothers is over here shooting teachers in the back, stealing cars, I mean, come on. I mean, shooting to kill, unarmed women. It's like, dang, so we got to get this thing together. 15, let's say in John. Yo, Shalom, Shabbat. Shabbat. I think that's your Shabbat. What's going on, brother? Yeah, we live in a wicked world. You already know. But, when we were in Israel, what do? We rebelled. We got a wicked king. We're in our captivity. There's not a lot of good presidents, senators, governors that we've ever had here, right? So it just is what it is, right? Job 9:24. This whole earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So that's just what it is. That's just what it is, and it's not going to change. It's not going to change at all. It's just going to keep on getting worse and worse and worse. But it's going to get better and better and better. We just got to make sure that we on the winning team. We're not supposed to be selling out, especially because the money's going down. Everything's going down. This is the worst time to just sell it all out to be Hollywood, because in just a minute, it's going to all change. Like as far as like the sister Ice Spice and whatever, like she's getting into the game at the wrong time. So, and all the rest of them too, man, like at the absolute wrong time. It's the wrong time. This is the fourth quarter. We need to be spiritually guarded up. We need to get clean. And how do we get clean? How do we get clean? Because just because someone dips you in the water doesn't mean that you're not going to go out and steal a TV, not going to go out and do a homosexual act, because you don't got no scripture in you. How could you meditate on doing right when you ain't got enough of that in your mind? Your mind is an evil thing. You know, the thoughts are wicked. So in order to combat that, you got to study and meditate in these laws, statutes, and commandments. So the thing that the Most High is trying to say to you today, you know, this is what it is. John 15:3. Now ye are clean through the word which I've spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit itself, except it abide in the vine. Because who's the vine? Yahushua is divine. Right? Doesn't it say that Yahushua is the word? In the beginning was the word, right? Yahushua is the word. We got to meditate in the word. The word's going to stabilize us. The word's going to comfort us. The word's going to heal us. The word's going to protect us, right? So 1 John, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with the Most High, and the word was the Most High, right? So that's, you know, that's what it is, man. And our people, man, they got dusty Bibles. We got to pick this thing up. That's why we got to wake our people up, man. They got some type of Bible up in there. You believe in order to be playing around. Oh, that's because I got this. I got the window cracked. And hold on, let me see that. Yeah, man, I got this window cracked. those are the little fruit flies. I got fruit in here too. So, and maybe some little debris. I got that little light on. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's a 3D effect, right? But let's get some. See, y'all messed me up. What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat before Shabbat? Behind every ball there is a child chasing it. That's what's right. I got weird analogies and stuff, you know, but that was the one that just came off the top, man. You know, when our children are going off, you know, we used to, you know, what do they say? It takes a village to raise a child, right? So, you know, because a lot of people, you know, that molded me, I kind of looked up to them through their actions, but they didn't know. But, you know, when you're around grown folks, you know, you're going to emulate them. You know, I remember I was over at my friend's house. We were going to go to like this little festival, and I was playing around with my cap and my hat, and the little boy was looking up at me, and any way I put my cap, he put his cap. If I switched it and did it backward, he put it backward. And I finally caught on to it, and I just started laughing. And, you know, but that's how children are. They go look up. I'm not his father. Stuff like that. But he's doing exactly what I'm doing. So we got to remember that, too, man, that they're watching us. They're looking up to us. And if enough of us come into this truth and set an example, the children one day are going to grow up out of that folly that maybe their parents are doing. They're going to look at the church and say, no, that's not it. I know what to do. I seen what was right. I seen brothers out on these streets, you know. What's that? Oh, look, she's making jokes. Definitely playing around. Seen several since you started. Hey, man, those some UFOs, man. Some of them angels. Them angels. There's some chariots. Them little chariots. Them little chariots. Let's see here. Let's see here. Where we at? Yeah, so be clean through the word. Not only that, we're going to stay in Matthew. Go to Matthew real quick. I'll get that later. That's not what it is. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Shalom, know everybody that's tuning in, that's staying. I definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, man. Mother Wanda got her long class tonight. So I'm just all over. But it's all good. I love it. This is Matthew 7:21. This is what we do, family. Not everyone that saith, this is Yahushua speaking, who we call Jesus Christ. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Right? So we have to do the will too as well. Right? So let's get James. Because what's the will? The will is doing the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, James is so little in here. I always mix it up. 2 and 26. 2 and 26. Yeah, because it says it twice, but I'll get this one. Oh, no. 2 and 20. But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? 26. For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead too. Right? So we have to be hearers of the word, and not doers of the word. Not only doers of the word, hearers and doers. We got to listen, we got to obey, we got to repent, and then we got to practice, right? We got to repent, practice, obey, listen, all the above, because we're practicing right now. We're in grace. Faith without works is dead. Now y'all laughing. And it's a process, though. It's definitely a process. It's not going to be, it's not going to happen all at once, right? It's not going to happen all at once. So let's see here. What else do we got? Let's get a little bit about the dietary law. Let's go into that a little bit. All right, because that's what, now that we're on the pastors leading us astray, what are they not really saying? Because I haven't heard this at all in church. You're right. So let's just get swine. I know it's long. Let's just get swine. All right. 11 and 7. And the swine, though he divide a hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. The swine is unclean. But Pastor Porkchop says otherwise. He says the law is done away with and it's unclean. And that's not the case. If that was the case, what did Peter do? What did Peter do? Right? So before we get to Peter, let's get Ezekiel 26 and 26. So you just said that pork is unclean. Pork is unclean. No, wait, 22 and 20. 22 and 20. I misread that. 22 and 26. Let's see. So okay, here it is. I'm all over the place. Salakia. Okay, so Ezekiel 22 and 26, right? What does it say? It says, her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference. The pastor has put no difference. Our churches have put no difference between holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between unclean and the clean. And they have hid their eyes from my Sabbath, because they're definitely not holding it tonight or for Saturday. And I am profaned among them. Right? So they don't know what's clean and unclean. They don't teach us what's clean and unclean. So right now we are filthy rags because they're not teaching us. Our leaders have failed us. And that just is what it is. Leviticus 10 and 10. What does that say? And that ye may put difference between holy and holy, and between clean and unclean. That's what we got to do. We got to put a difference between what's clean and unclean, and what's holy and what's not holy. Because listen, the pastor's not going to read the Bible for you. He's not going to have that many verses. It's going to be choir time after the second verse, So he's not really truly edifying the people, In order to really capture the spirit and that Holy Spirit that our people really want, that they say that they have, you got to be in the book. You definitely got to be in the book. And going to church isn't doing that. I wish it was different, but it's not. That's not the way. We have to study to show ourselves approved. This word is going to open us up. The word, like I said, is going to protect us, right? It's going to give us that discernment that we want between what's right and what's not right. And we only going to get that when we talk about Leviticus and Deuteronomy and doing what's right and what's not right, knowing what God wants from us and what he doesn't want from us, what's required of us and what is bad for us. That's what that's why we got to read this word and get in tune. Not just sit, listen to a couple of verses, and then go about our day and sin the whole week until we come back. The young people know about that. They know it's hypocritical. They know that. Okay. So where am I going to start here? Let's start. Where am I going to start? So this is Acts. It's talking about Peter. Okay. So let's get 9. Let's get 9. A little bit of a story time. Let's get 9. Because this is basically him in unclean foods, not eating everything, like some people say, like Pastor Porkchop say. So let's get verse 9, and then we'll go down. Acts 10 and 9. On the morrow, as they went on their journey and drew nigh onto the city, Peter went up to the housetop to pray about the 6th hour. He became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance. He had a vision. And he saw heaven opened up and a certain vessel descending onto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the 4 corners and let down to the earth, wherein all manner of 4-footed beasts, all 4-footed beasts, everything, all the meat, all the animals, right, upon the earth, wild beasts, creeping things, and birds, and fowls of the air. And a voice came to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. See, that's what, I had a family member say that to me too. She's on the righteous path. She's staying sober, right? I'm going to get that, Morel. I'm going to get that. Hold that. I'm going to get that. Hold on. because the law is not done away with. Yahushua said that same thing too as well in the New Testament. Uh, 5:22. But anyway, hold on. So let's say 10 and 13. And there came a voice to him, rise, Peter, kill and eat. You know, so sometimes, we get tempted not by physical people, but sometimes the Most High is kind of just playing a trick of mind. Like he's, and it's our flesh. It's the evil carnal versions of us. But sometimes it's all in our head, because remember, the mind is a wicked thing, and the only way to overcome that is with the scriptures and knowing what to do, where to do it, and how they do it, right? So and a lot of people get tempted like this. You could be on the right path, and all of a sudden something comes in your mind and tells you to do something that you really ain't trying to do. And that happened to Yahushua 3 times. And this happened to Peter 3 times too. Something about being tempted 3 times. But anyway, there was a voice that came to him, and it said, rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, not so, Lord. Right? So he knew that was the Most High testing him. Right? For I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. And the voice spake unto him again the second time. Right? So you got to have strength, because it's not going to just go away. When the Most High tests you, it ain't just going to go away. You got to stay strong. And whatever that you do, it's going to test you. Right? And the voice spake unto him the second time, what if God cleanse that's not called common? Right? So it's trying to be more convincing this time. And they said this was done thrice, 3 times. And the vessel was received up again into heaven. But anyway, that it goes on. But he said, what I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. Right? So Peter's not eating unclean foods in the New Testament. So you shouldn't eat unclean foods as well. Right? Our pastors failed in telling us and differentiating between what is clean and unclean. And as we could tell from Leviticus 11 and 7, that pork is definitely unclean. All right. So let's get what the brother Morel. That's how the Spirit be working. It's very weird. But you brought that out the same time when I was going to bring that out. So that's what I was trying to say. The law is not done away with. I know we've done classes on this before. I'll just go through it a little bit, and then we'll end the class for tonight. I know we got 20 minutes left. So let's start with 5 and 17. Okay. So he said, Yahushua said, think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I have come not to destroy, but fulfill. Verily I say unto you, until heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. And the heaven and earth is still here. And heaven and earth is still here. All right. So, it's still down. It's still going down, right? Clean and unclean foods is still going down. That's the way it is. All right. So let's go down a little bit further, right? So this is what I'm talking about. So sometimes when Yahushua speaks, which we know as Jesus Christ, he speaks. Sometimes he's speaking in the New Testament, Old Testament things, right? So let's get verse 22, still in chapter 5, verse 22. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment. Whosoever shall say unto his brother Rakah shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say thou fool shall be in danger of hellfire. So he's basically talking about, going at it and having strife and friction with your brothers. And that's basically what Leviticus 19 was talking about. And there's way more on that. There's way more on hatred, but we're going to save that. And let's get Leviticus 19 and 17. It's basically the same thing. 19 and 17, Leviticus, it says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart, in thy mind, right? Thou shalt not anywise rebuke thy neighbor, not suffer sin upon him. That's the same thing that Matthew in 22 was. So the law's not done away with. Yahushua is quoting the laws. Do the same thing when he said, have ye said that, let's see, let me see before I get it. 20. Same thing with adultery too. Boom. So Exodus 20 and 14 says, thou shalt not commit adultery. And then what did he say in 5 and 27? Have you heard that it was said of them in old time, in Old Testament, that thou shalt not commit adultery? So again, it's 2 for 2. Can't dispute that. I know that much, right? Let's get John real quick. Is that all right? Meryl Elam? Meryl? We got that? Every hand of the man is Christ. There is something about the head covering, brother, but I don't have the time. You do err not knowing the scriptures, but I don't have the time to break that down for you. Let's get John 5 and 46. Salakia. Okay. So he said the same thing that Moses said, right? So John 5 and 46. For if ye believe Moses, you would have believed me, for he wrote of me. So once again, he's referencing Moses. Okay. He's referencing Moses. And as you know, Moses is in the Old Testament. So for us to believe him, we have to believe in Moses too. Okay. So let's see, before I go too far gone, I'll end it with Ezekiel. Let's end it with Ezekiel 18 and 30. Right, so Ezekiel 18 and 30 says, therefore, I will judge you, O house of Israel, every one according to his ways, saith the Most High. Repent, turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin. So that's what we don't want. We don't want iniquity to be our ruin, right? And with that, I hope y'all have a great rest of your Shabbat, and on Saturday too, the Sabbath day. Pray that the Most High keeps on waking y'all up, and then we'll be back here the next Friday for another class, right? And then Meryl, if you want to tune in next Friday, I'll definitely get you on the head covering, and then we can go over that. I have like 4 or 5 scriptures that I got to bring out. Yeah, we could definitely get that, and I'll start with that too. So Friday at 8:15, I got you. But with that, I will say shalom, and everybody have a good rest of your night.